Hi everyone, so I decided to make a whole video on just one definition or one idea, which is mutually exclusive events. The reason for that is that it's very annoying because they're just big words and sometimes it's hard to know what they really mean and how they apply to real life. So we'll explain what it is and then we'll look at some examples. Okay, so mutually exclusive events are events that cannot happen at the same time. Okay, you can only, in mutually exclusive events, you can only have one of these things at a time. Now, I just want to explain by looking at the opposite first. Let's say this is even numbers, and this event A is even numbers, and event B is numbers bigger than 3. And we've got the numbers 1 to 6 in our universal set. Hopefully you know what that means. It basically means the whole thing is just numbers 1 to 6. So now if it's not mutually exclusive, that means you can have A and B at the same time. And if you look at the numbers 1 to 6, it is possible to have even numbers that are bigger than 3. Okay, so these are the even numbers, and these are the numbers bigger than 3. So I've got 4 and 6 are both of them at the same time. And bigger than 3, we've got 5. Even numbers, we've also got number 2, and then we're left with 1 and 3 on the outside. So this is not mutually exclusive because you can have both of them at the same time. Mutually exclusive is you can only have one of them at the same time. So let's say odd and even numbers from 1 to 6. If we look at that, if there are two events, then these are mutually exclusive because you can't have both odd and even numbers at the same time. A number can either only be one or the other. It can either be odd or even. Oops. So mutually exclusive events are when you can, it's either one or the other and it can't be both. So I included a picture of a couple of kings fighting because this idea of you can only have one, you can only have one king over a kingdom. And so that's why they're fighting. They're mutually exclusive. They exclude each other, or if this one is king, then that will exclude this one. Or if this one is king, it will exclude this one. It can only be one king. Okay, so I want you to pause the video in a second and try and work out if each of these scenarios are mutually exclusive or not. And if it's mutually exclusive, we're going to give it a tick. And if it's not, we'll give it a cross. Okay. So hopefully you've done that. Now, you've had a go at this. So let's start with number A. So rolling a 3 and rolling an even number. That's our two events. Now I want you to ask the question, can you only have one of these at a time? And if you can only have one of these at a time, it's mutually exclusive. So rolling a 3 and rolling an even number. I can either have 3 or I can have an even number. Can I have both? No, you can only have one at a time because 3 is not even. So this is mutually exclusive. You can only have one of these events. An outcome can only be one of those events. Okay, rolling under a 3 and rolling an odd number. Can an outcome be, does an outcome have to be only one of those events or can it be both? So rolling under a 3 and rolling an odd number. The numbers under 3 are 1 and 2. And the odd numbers are 1, 3, 5. So you can have an outcome in both, which is the number 1. So this is not mutually exclusive. Okay, rain and sunshine. Can you only have rain or sunshine? Or can you have both? You can actually have both rain and sunshine. You can have it could be a sun shower. So it doesn't have to be only one at a time, so it's not mutually exclusive. Okay, being alive and dead. Does it have to be either one or the other? And it does actually. Well, you can't be alive and dead as far as I know. So that would be mutually exclusive. Okay. Watching a movie at 7 p.m. and doing homework at 7 p.m. Different people have different opinions on this. I don't think you can really do that. I don't think people can really multitask properly. But I'll leave that a question mark because you can all have a debate on that if you want to. Eating chocolate and exercising, technically you can do both, so it's not mutually exclusive. It's not either one or the other. Okay, hopefully that was clear enough to you. You might have to come back to this video a couple of times or look something up if you forget what mutually exclusive means, because it is a tricky concept. So I will see you next time.